Hello Year 12 psychologists and parents of Year 12 psychologists. I hope all of you are doing well and that you are looking forward to the summer break. It's absolutely well deserved, and I'm so proud of the resilience, the diligence and the keen interest that all of my students have shown in psychology this year. Now, this video is a quick note to parents about how you can support your young psychologists over the summer in preparation for Year 13. A follow-up to the email that I sent about their end of year assessment grades and the key areas that they will need to focus on in order to secure their foundation for Year 13 studies. Now, in Year 12, we've covered various topics, including memory, psychopathology, social influence, attachment, research methods in parts, and biopsychology Year 1, and we still have more to do. So in Year 13, we'll be covering forensic psychology, relationships, stress, issues and debates in psychology, research methods Year 2, and biopsychology Year 2. Psychology is a content-heavy subject, and students have been provided with the resources and the tools and the skills of how to manage the workload. But we do know that some students are still struggling, and even in Year 13, they still might find it challenging. And this is where the summer plays a key part. This summer holidays can be used, of course, to rest, but every so often they must revisit content that has been previously covered. And by doing that, they are strengthening their long-term memory. Oftentimes, students who are sitting on perhaps an E grade or a U grade will say, "Oh, miss, I just don't understand it." And my response to them is, well, before you try to understand it, do you know it? Can you remember it? So I always say to myself, if I'm struggling to understand something, okay, but can I memorize it first? Can I actually learn what this key term means? And then later on build understanding. And I think for those E grade, D grade and U grade students, that's where you need to start. Bring out your flashcards, use your textbooks, use the videos of previously recorded lessons. We've got a YouTube channel. We've got our Microsoft streams that they can access. We've got the Sway lessons on there, Satchel One. You can always use these resources to revisit previous content. I will be also reminding parents that your child is supposed to share with you their psychology assessment log. And this is not something that we plan to chase our students on, because we've given them a clear directive that they must advocate for their assessments. They must be able to map out their progress and openly share it with you. And you parents, you should speak to them and say, "Oh, what did you get in your last quiz in psychology? Or what did you get in your last assessment?" In as much as we will also communicate any key assessments. And just a final note, so when it came to the reports which were sent out, please remember that these reports were sent out prior to the end of year examination. So of course, the grades on there, and we made it very clear that they had been written in advance of the end of year assessment, because that was our school's data drop system, and I've raised a query with that. But in essence, we are looking now at their end point, which is their end of year assessment grades. And that is giving us a key indication of what their attainment is like. And it's not the be all and end all, it's not the be all and end all. There is still more to cover, and there is still more that they can do to push themselves into the next grade or to maintain the high progress that so many of them have achieved. So I want to finish off by saying that we are so grateful for your support. We are grateful for the way that you are patient with us. There's only 2 of us in the department managing a huge A-level cohort, and our class sizes are huge. I must be frank with parents. We have class sizes of up to 24, and it's not typical for a sixth form class to be that large, that huge in number. But we are trying our best, and we are so grateful for the way that you have encouraged your children. Know that we have got their back. Know that we will continue to push them towards excellence, because that is the norm. That is the minimum expectation for all of our students, and we appreciate the way that you support us in doing so. Of course, myself and Ms. Smith are always available via email, and we'll try and get back to any queries that you might have as soon as possible. But for the summer, we will be resting, and both of us are currently university students. I'm doing my PhD, Ms. Smith is doing her master's, so bear with us as we juggle many balls. We hope you have a lovely summer, and peace and love. See you in September.